What if I told you that a single decision made while sitting at your computer and 29 years could have made you richer than the top 0.1% of the world today? We aren't talking about a lucky stocks pick or lottery ticket. We are talking about the most aggressive wealth transfer in human history. But people think earning on Bitcoin in 29 years is just a what if about money, but it's actually a what if about time, psychology, and the absolutely destruction of the traditional financial system. Today we are going to break down the 50 years timeline of a 29 years Bitcoin holder. I'm going to show you why you almost certainly would have failed to keep it, how that one coin will have fundamentally turns your DNA as an investor, and why 29 years was the only window in historical where a nobody could become a somebody. For the price, for the price of a cup of coffee, stay with me because the match of this January is crazy that you think. To understand 29 years, you have to remember the world was on fire. The global financial crisis has just whipped out trillions in saving trust in banks was at an all-time zero on January 30, 29 years. An anonymous figure named Satoshi Nakamoto launched the Bitcoin network. At the moment, Bitcoin had no price. It wasn't on exchanges. There were no apps, no iPhones to track it, and no crypto YouTubers. It was just a hobby for cryptographers and rebels. Fast forwards to today. Bitcoin is a multi-trillion dollars asset helped by Wall Street giants like BlackRock and Fidelity. It is the best performing asset closer of the last decade, but for the person in 29 years, it was just a stranger file on a hard drive. Owning one Bitcoin then means you were acting a genius, a visionary, or a completely accident. So, stage 1, the zero phase. In 29 years, you didn't buy Bitcoin, you mined it using your basic home computer. If you owned one Bitcoin, it was worth exactly $0 in my 2010 years. The first real world transaction happened 10,000 bitcoins for 2 pesos. It's a crazy. At the rate your 1 bitcoins was worth a fraction of a penny, you would have looked at your screen and thought, this is a toy. This is where the test began. In 2011, Bitcoin hits $1, then $10, then $30. Suddenly, your toy is worth the price of a nice dinner. Then, in 2013, it exploded to $1,000. If you were a normal person, this is where you would have thought. Going from no $0 to $1,000 is the infinity. Personality 10. The psychological pressure to take the profit and run will be unbearable. Most what if stories end here, but what if you starved? This is where the test begins. In 2011, Bitcoin hits $1, then $10, then $30. Suddenly your toy is worth the price of a night's dinner. Then in 20-30 years, it's explored to $1,000 for one Bitcoin. If you were a normal person, this is where your would have sold. Going from $0 to $1,000 is the infinitive. Percentage gain. The psychological pressure to take the profit and rank will be unbearable. Most what if stories end here, but what if you stay with? And now the worldly tries to break you. You watch your 1,000 drop to $100. You hear the new saying, Bitcoin is dead every single day. To own one Bitcoin in 20-15 years required a level of mental skill that most humans don't possess. You aren't just holding on a set, you're holding a target on your back. By 20-21 years, your one Bitcoin hits $60,000. It's crazy. But 20-24 years, it hits $73,000 for one Bitcoin in your bank account. And bank, you aren't just looking at a profit anymore. You're looking at an insurance policy against the devaluation of the USA dollars. You started with a digital file and you're ended with the digital gold of the 21st century. What does this actually to do a person? It creates the butterfly effect of wealth. The first, it changes your relationship with work. If you hold that coin, you realize that very early that the system is built on inflation. You stopped saving in cash and started saving in code. This orange peel effect changes how you spend every dollars. You start calculation the opportunity cost of everything. Do I buy this $50,000 car? Or do I keep my Bitcoin which might be worth $500,000 in 5 years ago? The second, it creates a massive security barbers in 29 years. You could lose your Bitcoin if your hard drive crashed. Today, if you own one Bitcoin, you are your own bank. You have no forgot password button. The domino effect here is a life of extreme responsibility and often extreme paranoia. The third, if changes your family drastically. One Bitcoin from 29 years isn't just money for you, it's a cathedral for your grandchildren. It represents a piece of a finite. 21 million simply that the rest of the world is now functioned over. It's about the courage to hold something when the entire world tells you it's worthless. Most people imagine 29 years. Then they said they missed 2013 years. Then they said they missed 2017 years. The illusion of regress is the only thing that is truly infinity. The lesson of the 29 years holders is simple. The greatest world is characterized by shows who can see in the future before it becomes obvious to the means. So here is the real question. What is the Bitcoin of 29 years today? What if the assets that everyone is lauding at right now that will be the currency of the future? If you want to stay ahead of the next major wealth transfer of understand the match behind the markets, you need to be here, hit the subscribe button and join our community.